Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rail Fan Man is here. So, just a little decoder project update. If you remember quite a few videos ago, I don't remember when, it might have been the beginning of this year or towards the end of last year, this locomotive right here just died on me, just stopped working. So anyways, I was working on my Conrail SD35 right here. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna figure out what the issue is with this guy right here, and I want to get it squared away because I like the locomotive. It's a Atlas model. Has the Lock Sound V5 decoder in it. It is a U23B. Very nice locomotive. It runs very well. So what I did is, while I was working on another project, which is right here. This is a U23B. One of 4 that I bought at the Amherst Railway Society tag sale they have at their clubhouse. So that'd be this one right here, number 288. And then I bought number 280, which is next. And then I bought a couple undecorated ones right here. So they're all going to have the new decoders, the V5, Decoder Buddy, LED lights, speakers from, Sound, I can't even, Scale Sound Systems. Yeah, I think it's Scale Sound Systems. Anyways, so what I did, as you saw in the foreground pictures that I posted, so when I got the Decoder Buddy all hooked up and wired up in this, I had a decoder put in it. I took this decoder out, and I ended up taking the old decoder from this one just to see if it was, in fact the decoder, and I popped it in this one, and sure enough it was making the same high-pitched buzzing noise or sound that this one was making when it died. I put it on the tracks, turn the power on, and it would just be like what the hell? So I'm 99.9% sure it was the decoder, and if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I still have the decoder as well, and I might actually have to get one of those decoder testers. I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, so I had purchased two of the decoders from Yankee Dabbler. I bought 2 more of these Lock Sound 5 DCC decoders. And originally I was going to do this other unit right here as well. So I was going to do 288 and then 280, get those guys rolling. And then I'm like, you know what, let's get this guy that's already got lights in it, it's already got a speaker, it already, it just needs a decoder. So I took one of the decoders, I popped it in there, and so we're pretty much all set with this one. The only thing I need to do is put it on my program track and do the speed matching and all that stuff. And I'm also going to thank you, Denny, again. I'm going to be testing this one out along with my speed stick. So I'm going to have 2 different ones just for ha-has. I want to check it out when I go to do that. So anyways, that guy's good. This guy I'm working on. However, I kind of made a simple mistake on the sound file, and I'll show you which one I downloaded. And essentially I downloaded the sound file for this one onto this locomotive. However, the one I downloaded onto the 288 was, let's see, let me get over here, was this guy right here. I don't know how well you can see that. I'll hold it there for a second. that's the sound file the U23B has. And for some reason, like I thought I saw U23B highlighted as well. But in fact, it was this one right here. And you can see it's highlighted U23B. So I'm correcting that mistake right now. I'm downloading this sound file, the correct sound file, onto number 288 here. And of course, these three, when their time comes, they'll get the same sound file, and we'll kind of switch up the different sporadic sounds when I learn how to do that, so they don't, all sound the same, I guess. So that's what I'm working on now. So hopefully this guy will be, this guy should be all right. I also need to, I do have a speaker in here from another locomotive. We'll just call it a parts locomotive for now. I do need to get LED lights for it, along with these guys right here. The only reason is with the Nix Decoder Buddy, I don't think you can put the incandescent lights on, because I tried it on this one and they just didn't, they weren't lighting up. So if you remember, or if I don't know, maybe I didn't say anything, but I gotta fix that. Anyways, so these incandescent lights were in this locomotive as well. I took them out. I took some LED lights from another locomotive, the parts locomotive, put them in here. However, the problem is with that, I put them on the wrong pads, so they constantly stay on. So I need to open that up again at some point and take care of that, put them on the right pads so they don't stay on all the time. But anyways, that's where I'm at. So this guy will be next. After I get, well, not that one situation. So my plan is, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to get this guy all wired for sound. I'm going to get the correct speaker, LED lighting, and then I'm obviously, there's railings and all that stuff in the box and whatnot. Get that all put together. Get some KD couplers, which I think, I'm not sure if, hold on a second, let me see here. I'm not sure if these are the KDs. They might be. I kind of just have them here in my screw box, in my screwdriver. Where the hell are they? Uh-oh. I think I lost them. Anyways, whatever. I have KD number something couplers. I got the Whisker couplers. So I will be using those for this guy. And yeah, basically for the rest of these. So once 288's all set, I'll move on to this guy. And probably by August, we'll say August, September, September, October, November, through this other undecorated. So these are the locomotives I picked up at that Amherst Railway Society tag sale they had. And then I also picked these two up, which they have DCC, but I want to get the V5s in them. So Conrail 2245, and this one right here is Conrail 2212. So GP30s. So I'll find a spot on the layout for them, maybe. Maybe that might be like a branch line or something, and I'll have something on the second level where CSX comes in to grab cars or interchanges or whatever. We'll see. We'll figure something out. But that's that. So in between, I think these two right here, I'm gonna get this guy buttoned up with the right speaker, fix the lighting, and yeah, I don't know. I think you know, I have plenty of stuff to keep me busy. That's for sure. And you know, getting back these two, I'll probably work on these next year at some point. But right now, I want to focus on, you know, the main centrals and then the undecorated. Probably slap some BERX label makers on there. You know, just label make it for now. BERX. Slap a couple numbers on them, number them up, and then put them in the roster for the Pan Am Southern Railway, or BERX, Berkshire Eastern Railway. So, but this one's almost done, and we'll see if I can get a quick video of this guy with the correct sound file going, and then I'll end the video. Alright, stand by. So, this is the old speaker I took from another locomotive. I have a new scale sound speaker to put in. I'm going to put the weight back in, and then I got to shift this over, and then the speaker essentially is going to sit like right here in this area. So, let's start it up with this speaker, and we'll see about getting a sound difference. This is the horn anyways. Okay, now we're going to start it up. Alright, we're going to see what the difference is. Stand by. Hey everybody, Real Fan Man here again. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this before I work on the decoder project or after, but anyways. So just real quick, this is what I used for my speaker on the U23B, and it is it's only 17 bucks, and ordered it from Scale Sound Systems. There was a gentleman that did some work on his locomotive, put a new speaker in, and they're highly recommended. So I checked them out, and of course, you know, with the speaker that I got, I did get a Dum Dum Lollipop too, so that's kind of cool. But that's going to be for the granddaughter. So that's the speaker I got right here. And then, of course, I ordered a bunch of decoder buddies, and by Nick's Trains, and Earl Widmeyer from YouTube turned me onto that decoder buddy, and I thought it's pretty cool. And then, of course, I'm using the ESU Lock Sound V5 58429 decoder. They seem to work fine for what I need. The lights, LED lights, which was recommended by the DCC guy, or Larry Puckett. Puckett, I hope I didn't butcher your name, but anyways. These are golden white surface mount device LEDs, and they are item number 0805, and I got them off of eBay. So that'd be that. And yeah, I stay tuned for some work on the model, on the locomotive. Okay, you can see the new speaker is in. I'm going to test it out. It's the horn. Oops, wrong engine. Stand by. There we go. Sounds pretty good. I think I'm tone deaf, so I'm going to have to rely on you guys to let let me know if you guys notice a difference. I think I do a little bit. I think I do a little bit, but it would help if I wasn't talking when the... Excuse me. Alright, we're going to start it up. Ready? Forward. Okay. So far so good. I'm liking it. Let's check out the lights. Alright, here we are at the workbench. Don't mind the mess. So I ordered some of these LED surface mount lights. SMD, surface, I guess they call them SMDs. But I was watching a couple videos, and one in particular caught my eye from, I think his name's Larry the DCC guy. And so I watched his video. I think it was 08, 05 or something like that, off by Amazon. But I can look it up and put it in the description, or I can just link his video when I go to post this. So he had us basically drilling a hole into the clear plastic here that reflects the light that was in there, and I'll show you the light that was in there if I can. Oh, it was one of these bad boys. So yeah, the red and black incandescent. I think these are incandescent bulbs. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, anyways, we're gonna get to work. Stand by. All right, everybody. How's everybody doing? We're back. So before I get to the decoder installation, lighting, and all that fun stuff, speakers, we got ourselves a little Gracie just hanging out on the second level, as you can see. She's trying to get comfortable. What are you doing, Gracie? Yeah, she's taking over her mom's spot as supervisor. And I don't know, what do you think, guys? You think she's sleeping on the job or what? LOL. Alright, back to work. Okay, so now that we saw Gracie just kind of hanging out, I finally figured out the pads that I need to use for my lights. As you can see here, it's off. Track power's on. There's the horn. There's the bell, and of course the headlight. So I'll do this, see if I can do this. So here's the headlight, right? Boom, off, on, off, sweet. So what I'm gonna do now, so my first decoder buddy install was on this guy, and I'm gonna turn track 3 on, and as you can see, the lights just stay on. Well, I did put them on the wrong pads. So after looking at this and reading the instructions, so one of the wires, I have a black wire attached to A7, and that obviously, I wasn't looking at the fine print on the little connector board. So the black wire does not go to A7. You can see it says power pack. It says it is at logical level for a power pack, not for an LED. But yet on the diagram they give you, these are all negative, right? From this corner to this corner, and this corner to this corner, and these are your positive pads. So I figured, what the hell, we'll try it. So I was basically experimenting. However, what I did do this last time, it took me 4 tries on this one. So I soldered the black wire to the A0F, and then I took my positive lead and basically I just, right where my finger is, right where that blue arrow is, soldered the red wire to that. So, needless to say, I finally got it. There it is. And this guy, once I get this guy buttoned up, I'll pull this guy apart and correct it. So, all right, stand by. I'm gonna get the red one on, the rear one on. Oh, fun times. GE U23B number 288 in the shop. All right, success. So just to show you that we got power. Headlight on for the front. We are going to reverse directions. Rear light goes on. Headlight off. Headlight on. Forward. Headlight off. Headlight on. Success. Alright, so while I was waiting for some paint to dry, painted some little bit of black on the cover of the back light on the U23B. I ended up fixing the wiring on this, so the lights are good. So there's no lights on it right now. I turn the lights on, front light works, it's facing forward. Now the way that I have this decoder programmed, if I put it in reverse, I made it so the front headlight stays on. So that's how I programmed it. So if it's going backwards, the front light will be on, and you can see it's in reverse. Now if I hit forward, front light's on, back light's off, and as before, the lights were stuck on. Now I just hit the headlight button and the lights go off. Now that I wired the headlights on the right pads. So that'd be that. Alright, stay tuned for more. Okay, so here's the final wrap up. Everything's kept on taped right here. Pretty much you can see that. There you go. I don't know if you can kind of see that. I took some black paint and just kind of painted that. Taped up the wires nice and neat. Speaker's all set. So gonna put her together and see what happens. We'll give her a test. Alright, stand by. Alright, so I'm back. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and so I pretty much got done what I wanted to get done. I got the new speaker in there, I got the new LED lights in there, decoder buddy, decoder, so pretty much all the guts are in. The only thing that I kind of could have taken a little more care about when I was taking the shell off is there's these like little clips. There's like 3 on each side, 6 all together, and there was a couple of them that had snapped. So you can see, I lift up on the bottom here, see that bottom part moves up. However, let's see. I think once I get the couplers in there, it might lift it up a little bit. So, anyways, just for anybody who just decides to do what I do, or do what I did, and put a decoder in their locomotive, just be careful, so you don't snap those little clips. But we'll see anyways. Well, once I put it together officially. Oh, sorry. I still have handrails and stuff to put on. However, I might give it a little bit of a light dry brush weathering with some powder. Just something light for now, and then I'll probably put the handrails on at some point soon. And call it done for now. But anyways, let's start her up. I did a little test run before I did this part of the video, and I had to clean the track here, and I also had to resolder a joint over here. Sorry about my hand being in the way. But anyways, I shouldn't probably talk when it's running, right? Alright, let's check it out. So that's the startup process. Here's the horn. Bell. Headlight. Headlight works correct too, front and back, so we're good. I am going to program it when I do the speed matching to have the front light on when it's in reverse like the other ones I have. I kind of like that look. Alright, belt off. Alright, let's give her some juice. Speed step 2. Got the speed step 3. Back you up a little bit. Speed step 4. All in all, I'm very happy with it. And that'll work. So hopefully I'll get the other one, the sister locomotive. I forgot what number it was, but I'll crank it up to 4. Alright, yeah, so like I said, all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I mean, this is maybe my 3rd or 4th decoder install, but everything is nice and neat inside. So, anyways, well, those of you who stuck around this long, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Stay cool in this summer heat and safe. Happy modeling. Railfan Man signing out. Alright, so I kind of did 2 projects in one kind of deal. More on this one though, only because this is the full decoder install and speakers and LED lights. This one right here just needed a decoder swap because the decoder on this one, the original decoder, ended up getting fried somehow. So anyways, I'm gonna do a little horn salute here. Just stand by. What do we got first? This would be the 288. That's the CSX 288. Focus. Headlight. Recall. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed. Comments, suggestions, feedback, whatever. Stay safe. Happy modeling. Railfan Man signing out.